What makes Caleb Williams so lethal for USC? Because you see the Heisman Trophy, you see all the national accolades he gets, heck, you see the highlight plays on SportsCenter. He's making a top 10 play, it felt like every single Saturday for USC. But what makes him so effective? We turn on the tape, we watch the ball, here's what we took away. Caleb Williams doesn't miss layups. Like when he has an easy play, he makes the easy play, and he makes it routinely. 66% completion percentage on the year for Caleb Williams. What does that mean? It means he makes good decisions. It means he's accurate. Take it a step further. On the brightest stages, when USC played ranked opponents, Caleb Williams had an average of 70% completion percentage. There's sort of this narrative out here that Caleb Williams is someone who's just a highlight play and he just does the off-platform throw and he's just someone that you're going to see making a big play. He's got that big play ability for sure, but he's a really good quarterback. Like, take away his legs, take away the dual threat ability. Caleb Williams is a really good quarterback, a really accurate quarterback. And the reason why that was so effective for USC, the reason why that's so important, when you make the layup plays, when you make the easy plays, it sets you up for a better position the next play. And so I, watched the tape and saw this, and I said, I wonder what USC is on third down. USC number 2 in the country in terms of third down conversions. Caleb Williams making the easy play sets them up for more easy plays on third down. And that's the reason why USC was so impactful and so effective on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, Caleb Williams is a highlight play waiting to happen, 1,000%. But he also did a really good job of taking what the defense gave him and not missing the easy play, not missing the check down to Raleek Brown, not missing the hitch on the outside, the access throw. He does the simple things well. Now, he does a lot of other good things well. We'll talk about that in a second. A lot of other flashy plays well. We'll talk about that. But USC fans, we've had a lot of y'all join us now over the last few weeks. There's a surge from the good people in LA joining this channel. If you haven't yet joined the party, we'd love to have you subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on the gram now at JDPakel. Great way for us to hear from y'all, to have a good medium to interact. So we appreciate y'all for that. Now, the other part of this is he's always able to throw the football. The flashy term people like to throw around is off-platform. He makes the off-platform throw. Yeah, that's true, but what does that actually mean? Like, why is that important? 90 to 95% of the population to throw an accurate pass with a football have to set their feet and throw, or have to have, some sort of stable platform to throw the football. Those are muggles. Caleb Williams is a wizard with the football. The comp you hear a lot with him is Patrick Mahomes. And the reason why this is important, whenever the defense draws up a rush or they have him what you would think to be a negative play, right? Hey, Caleb Williams is scrambling. He's got one guy coming after him, another guy behind him. He doesn't have time to set up and throw. He doesn't have a really, stable platform to throw the football from. Just a flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. He can just make that throw with no problem. And that's Caleb Williams for you. And so what that means for USC is he takes a negative play, a sack, an incompletion, whatever it ends up being. He turns that into a positive play. He turns 3rd and 14 into 3rd and 7. Just by being able to get out of trouble and throw the football with the flick of the wrist. It's like the magic eraser. We might have missed a block on the outside. We might have had the receiver run the wrong route. For whatever reason, we're discombobulated and the play breaks down and we got problems coming our way for Caleb Williams. Doesn't matter. Magic eraser. Avoid trouble. Maybe you don't avoid trouble. It's coming right at you. Ball's out. No problem. Whether he's rolling left, throwing right, whether he's got somebody coming into his face and he just jumps up and throws the ball away, like that's kind of the way that Caleb Williams made plays last year for USC. And a lot of them ended up being highlight plays, but even more so the simple plays that he was able to get the ball away, it kept USC on schedule. Going back to the number we were talking about. Number 2 in the country in third down conversion rate. You don't convert third downs at the rate USC did 53% of the time if you don't have a lot of manageable third downs. So the way that he was able to keep negative plays from being negative and turn them into positive plays made all the difference in the world for USC last year. Now here's the other thing with that. The play was never dead for Caleb Williams, which is just an absolute headache for defenses. How many times you turn on a USC game and you see Caleb Williams run around in the backfield about 10 yards deep? And it's just like what you and I would do at recess. You got 5 Mississippi rush, and Whoever ends up rushing you is rushing you, and you're just running back there playing freeze tag, and they just can't tackle you. For a defense, they hate that. Those big defensive linemen, those big 300-plus pound big boys up front, they don't like chasing around Caleb Williams. That is a headache. And what this does for USC, even if they lost the play schematically, even if UCLA had the right blitz dialed up for that time, whenever Caleb Williams extends the play, whenever he breaks contain, it's like a whole new football play. Hey, we might have lost that first play. Maybe your plan A versus our plan A. Your plan A won, but guess what? We're in plan B now. You're in Caleb's world now, baby, when we break contain. And how many times did we see him playing recess, making defenders miss in the backfield, and then somebody downfield gets open? Defenses hate that. Because you did everything right on defense. Schematically, you did everything right, but you're not able to win that second play that Caleb Williams would create time and time again for USC. Also, it's a whole other period during the week as a defense you have to account for now with Caleb Williams and his legs. You have to work on the scramble drill a little bit extra. That's a period you can't use now for working on your other base defensive calls. It's a headache. It's more to worry about. And we saw that also in the run game. Whenever Caleb Williams would give the ball to one of his running backs and then kind of carry out the fake to the right, there was always at least 1 to 2 sets of eyeballs on number 13 as he carried out his fake, which is 2 less sets of eyeballs on the running back who actually has the football and allows them a nice little lane to run with. So Caleb Williams and his 10 rushing touchdowns last year, you don't think that matters? It absolutely does. Absolutely was a factor for defenses. So the scrambling, the called quarterback run did so much for you where the play was never dead. Play was never dead. And then on top of that, you can call other things with your running game because they have to worry about 13 tucking it. So here's the whole thesis I have on Caleb Williams. USC, this is the year they're going to try and make another college football playoff run. They tried to make a run last year, came up short a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. I don't fault Caleb Williams for what they didn't achieve last year. But when I watch Caleb Williams, when I watch USC will always have a chance with Caleb Williams on the field. And for that reason, I wholeheartedly believe USC is a college football playoff contender. Why? Because Caleb Williams, any field he walks onto, don't matter if it's the Coliseum, doesn't matter if it's in Eugene, Oregon. Doesn't matter if it's somewhere in the college football playoff. He is the best player on the field, period. Mic drop, the end. And when you have a player like Caleb Williams, when you have someone who is a game breaker like that, who can just take over with his legs or with his arm, USC's going to have a chance now in every single game. I don't care what the defense isn't doing. I don't care the way they're reloading at other positions. With Caleb Williams on the field, you will always have a chance. Now, that's not to say you don't still need the defense to do their part to win a national title. You don't still need these other positions to step up. But with Caleb Williams on the field, they will always have a chance. So with that being said, Caleb Williams, don't miss layups. He's always able to throw. Off platform is kind of the term you hear a lot, but he's able to keep his team on schedule. The first play might be dead. That's true. But when he breaks contain, that whole second play starts, and that 9 times out of 10 favors Caleb, and it favors USC. So USC fans, lock it in right here now. Like I said, it's like a tidal wave from the good people in Los Angeles joining the Hard Count, joining the On3 YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. We are live tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Lock it in right here. Don't want you to miss it. Trey Yanni lifting heavy. This is your show. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.